Welcome, folks. Let's dive into DeFi's latest move, proactive token risk detection. It's all about safeguarding trades by scanning contracts in real time to stop scams like honeypots and rug pulls.
Right, so they're essentially putting a safety net in place before anyone actually loses funds?
Exactly. These platforms, like 1inch, are integrating risk scoring into their swaps by scanning every token contract. It takes into account things like honeypot traps that let you buy but block withdrawals, and even token impersonation tactics, like fake stablecoins mimicking Tether.
Yep, I see. Isn't it striking how advanced these scammers have become? I mean, you mentioned honeypots and impersonations. These sound like traps that could ensnare even experienced traders.
Absolutely. And the FBI reported a record $9.3 billion stolen recently in the US thanks to these tactics. It's like a perfect storm when technology
For
meets
sure.
exploitation.
So what's the counterplay here with these risk detection systems?
Well, the idea is to embed threat detection right into the user journey, rather than leaving it up to individual vigilance. For example, the partnership between Web3 antivirus and 1inch means that every time a user initiates a swap, the system scans the token, checks for anomalies, and scores its risk. It's like having a silent guardian monitoring every
Right,
contract.
that's clever. And this happens in real time, correct? That's pretty impressive for security without disrupting the user experience.
Exactly. The system's speed is key. It integrates in under 2 hours without adding noticeable lag. So users get continuous threat checks across all EVM-compatible chains like Ethereum, Base, and
Yeah.
Unichain.
But I'm curious, don't critics argue that embedding such an automated system might actually create a false sense of security?
That's a fair point. Some might say that relying solely on these protocols could lead users to become complacent. However, the counterargument is that such real-time scanning actively prevents many scams from even starting. It's about layering security so that even cautious traders can avoid pitfalls caused by token impersonations and
I
address
get
poisoning.
what you're saying, and what exactly is meant by address poisoning in this context?
Address poisoning occurs when scammers mimic legitimate tokens, and by sending coins from fake addresses, they contaminate the trusted network, so to speak. It tricks systems and users into interacting with what seems like a genuine token. The risk detection scans compare the contract against known originals to flag any near identical copies.
Yes, like a copycat in disguise. So it's kind of like having a built-in detective that's looking out for impersonators and ensuring the token's authenticity before the trade goes through.
Precisely. It's like, if you will, a bouncer checking IDs at a club, only this bouncer is checking code and contract origins instantaneously.
Right on, I love that analogy. And this approach not only prevents direct losses, but it seems to protect the reputation of the platforms too. I mean, users risk more if they're constantly falling into scams, right?
Absolutely. The stability and trust in the ecosystem are at stake. Proactive risk detection helps maintain user confidence and protects the platform's brand. And because threat intel is embedded using APIs and SDKs, it serves as an infrastructure upgrade that any dApp, wallet, or
Makes
exchange
complete
can
sense.
adopt.
I also noticed they mention a scam pulse dashboard that tracks emerging threats. That's like having a weather forecast for crypto storms, right?
Exactly. It gives platforms early warnings days before a scam hits the mainstream. This kind of proactive alerting is essential in a fast-evolving space like Web3, where threats can snowball rapidly.
Yep, that's pretty forward thinking. Now, did they mention any specifics on how exactly the scanner detects a rug pull?
Yes, they did. The system is programmed to look for code signatures that allow developers to mint unlimited tokens or drain liquidity. In other words, code that could be exploited. They've even created a dedicated rug pull detector that monitors for these functions with precision.
Right. And predatory fees too, which would be those hidden commissions that drain value from users' trades.
Correct. It flags extreme taxes and hidden commissions that might be designed to secretly siphon funds to the developers. Essentially, every unsavory element, from blacklisted wallets to OFAC-sanctioned addresses, is built into the risk score.
It's fascinating how comprehensive this approach is. But do you think there might be room for human oversight, or is it all automated?
While the system is largely automated, a lot of these protocols are intended to supplement human judgment rather than replace it entirely. However, the beauty is, by catching things at the contract level in real time, The platform essentially quarantines threats before a human even has to intervene.
I can see the benefit. I wonder, though, what happens if a legitimate but unusual token gets flagged erroneously? That could be a point of contention with developers.
That's a valid critique. There is always a trade-off between sensitivity and false negatives. However, the system is continuously refined using machine learning and threat intel updates, aiming to balance rapid detection with accuracy.
That makes sense. And with the pace at which new scams arise, continuous updating is absolutely crucial.
Exactly, it's a race between scammers and the security protocols. Web3, antivirus, and 1inch are essentially trying to stay several steps ahead, using automated analysis to preempt attacks.
Yep, proactive over reactive. The overall takeaway is that in the increasingly risky landscape of DeFi, adopting integrated real-time risk detection is becoming a baseline necessity rather than an optional add-on.
Precisely, and it underscores a bigger movement in the Web3 ecosystem, a shift from reactive measures to embedding security directly into the protocol design, turning risk management into a fundamental infrastructure component.
Right, totally agree. It looks like such measures not only protect individual traders, but also contribute to a more robust and trustable blockchain ecosystem overall.
Absolutely. The proactive integration of threat intelligence helps protect balance sheets and reputations alike. It's a win-win approach that's likely to be adopted more widely across the industry.
Yeah, indeed. In the end, we're seeing DeFi evolve from a Wild West to a more guarded, secure space, one where technology itself takes an active role in defending against fraud.
Exactly. And as always, while these tools are powerful, staying informed and alert remains critical in this dynamic landscape. Thanks for the chat, and here's to a safer, more secure DeFi future.
Yep, cheers to that.